they're kind of listening for the whole orchestra. You know, when I hear that cymbal, I hear everything really low to really high, and I see how responsive it is. My name is Michael Vosbein. I'm the president of North American operations for Bosphorus Cymbals. Bosphorus cymbals are made in Istanbul the old-fashioned way, using centuries-old techniques. Everything we make is completely handmade by a team over there led by 3 master cymbalsmiths who actually started the company and owned the brand. For centuries, cymbals were made by hand in Istanbul, and they're known today as vintage Turkish cymbals. I think the key differentiator for us is and will remain the fact that they're handmade. You can use machines and computers to mass produce musical instruments. And you can come up with some nice sounding cymbals, some wonderful sounding cymbals. I don't disparage anybody else's products. But you don't have the same sonic characteristics as you do from that process of hand hammering a cymbal. The whole thing is handmade, but of key importance is the hammering techniques. Once they have a cymbal that's ready to be hammered, when you hit that thing, it's like kink, kink, kink. There's nothing much there. And they put that thing over an anvil with hammers, and they work it and work it, thousands and thousands of hammer blows on the bell, on the underside. They're shaping it. It's all tactile. They hear the hammer and they feel the cymbal in their hands. It's just a thing of beauty to watch. And I asked them, how do they know where to hit it? How do they know when it's done? And they say, that's the mastery. It's funny when you say, how long does it take to learn that? And they give me the same answer a drummer would. They say, it takes a lifetime. But they are artisans of the highest order, and that is the key differentiator. The drummers who come in contact with our cymbals sort of go through the same mindset I did, which is, wow, these are available, this is outstanding. And the other thing is, they tell me when they play with a band, the band always notices. The band is used to cymbals that kind of, you know, flatten them, or kind of crash through, meant to cut through everything they do, where our stuff is more supportive, like a cushion that the music sits on top of. Over the last few decades, cymbals had gotten so thick to keep up with the demands of music that kept getting louder and louder, that you kind of got the high end of the orchestra, but not the whole spectrum. And with our stuff, you get that. You get the bottom where the basses and the tubas are, all the way up to the piccolos and the flutes and everything on top. It's all in that spectrum. Some guys are hesitant about breaking cymbals that thin. I don't find that they break any more or less than anything else. Some people just break cymbals. Stan Moore is one of our great artists, and he breaks a few cymbals. And I said to him once, Stan, you know, they're only going to get so loud, man. After you hit them a certain level, that's it. You don't have to hit them any harder. And he looked at me and he said, I know, Michael, but when I stand up and hit them as hard as I can, the crowd goes wild. I said, true that, brother. I'd be content if drummers would decide with their ears. Like when you put a stick to a cymbal, then people come into our vault all the time and they'll spend 3 hours in there to find a right cymbal. But I try to tell them, it's not that complicated. When you put a stick on a cymbal, you're going to feel it or not. When you do, when you find one that knocks you out, that's all you need to know. That's your cymbal. Cymbals are about the soul, man. When you're picking an instrument, you're helping to choose your voice. And your voice that's a deep thing to try to represent in sound. If you can do that, brand names don't really matter. It should be about sound, just about sound. And that's what we're all about.